Hello, my midlife mavericks. How are you? Wanted to talk to you today about your goals, whether it's your fitness goal, your relationship goal, your professional goal. What goals have you set for yourself? And then the next question is, how are you doing getting to them? And be honest, right? I know so many people, myself included, we set goals. I'm going to go to the gym 4 days a week. And then all of a sudden you're exhausted one morning. You're like, I'm just going to skip it. And then the next day comes and you're like, oh, I'm really still tired. I'm going to skip it. And the next thing you know, you're like, I just can't do this. You've set it up already that you're not going to succeed because you just missed twice, right? Don't be so hard on yourself. The number one reason we don't succeed at goals is because of our limiting beliefs about ourselves and our inner critic. We shut ourselves down before we even get halfway to meeting our goal, right? And those limiting beliefs are just such a bitch. They've been with us forever, and it's not just about fitness goals, right? You could have relationship goals of meeting this great guy and everything. I can't tell you how many times I've spoken to my single friends who are like, I met this great guy, he's fabulous, and then 4 weeks later, they're like, well, there's just this one thing about him, and I just don't think it's gonna work. The reality is, it's not that one thing about him. The reality is, it's about your fear of having him dump you, or that you're not good enough, or this is too good to last, it's too good to be true. So you start self-sabotaging before it even starts. Same thing with jobs. So often, especially in a sidepreneur, or, if you're doing gig work, you get this fabulous job and this account that you're working on, you're so psyched for it, and you landed it, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. They made a mistake hiring me. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this job. Wrong. They hired you for a reason. It's your own limiting beliefs that's stopping you from going forward, right? You're already setting yourself up for failure by saying, I could never do this. I'm just not qualified enough for this. And you're setting yourself up for failure, for not reaching that goal of getting to the finish line. We all do this. We all have these limiting beliefs, and they're baloney, okay? But here's how to start getting past that. The problem is, when we have these goals, we set these very lofty goals of, I'm going to lose 20 pounds for my reunion, or I'm going to meet this great guy with, who's just fabulous in every way, or I'm going to get this killer job where I am making top 6 figures, whatever it is, or I'm going to try, whatever it is. You create these lofty goals, which is fine, but you don't have the small steps to get there. And when you have these lofty goals, all of a sudden, as soon as you set them and start one step towards them, you become overwhelmed if there's one little setback. And that limiting belief comes back in and says, oh, see, I told you, you can never do it. We got to shut those limiting beliefs down. Okay? Start with the small successes. Let me give you an example. If you were driving from New York to San Diego, right? You'd put it in your GPS, and if you looked at the small steps rather than just the whole map, you'd see like every turn you're going to take, every detail you're going to go. You'd have a step-by-step plan mapped out of how you're getting from New York to San Diego. Okay? But one of the things that could happen is you could get a flat tire along the way. You could have major traffic happen. You could have a whole host of things happen to you along the way. But is that going to stop you? No. You're not going to get a flat tire and say, oh, that's it, I'm not going to California. You're not going to turn around. You're going to keep going. You're going to fix the tire, realize you had a little bit of a setback, and you're going to keep going. That's like creating your goals. Okay? So if you have a goal to, meet a fabulous guy, right? You want to start dating a fabulous guy. The first step you're going to do is think about all of the aspects of this person you want. What type of personality? Where do you want him to live? What type of, family situation? Is he widowed? Is he ex? Does he have kids? You're going to start figuring out those little steps. Then you're going to start thinking about, well, where can I meet a guy like this? If, it's somebody outdoorsy that you want to meet, maybe you're going to start in a tennis club or a rowing club or a hiking club, whatever. But you're going to put all of those plans into place rather than just having this lofty goal and no plans. But then, here's what's happened. You're going to, go out on some great date with this guy who meets all your criteria and it's not going to go well. Something's going to happen. That's okay. You're not going to stop dating forever. You're just going to acknowledge, okay, well, that one didn't work, but I've got my plan in place. I'm going to keep going. I always play this game with myself. I live in Connecticut, and whenever I drive into Manhattan, finding a parking spot on the street in Manhattan is not easy. But I'm committed to finding that parking space. So the first time I go by, I see someone just starting to, just getting into that spot. And I'm like, I'm this much closer to finding my spot, right? So I play this game with myself. I don't stop looking for a spot because I don't find it. I don't stop looking for a spot because somebody just got in before me. I'm encouraged to think I'm that much closer to getting my spot. That's what it's about, setting goals, okay? Every little setback gets you that much closer to your goal. Don't stop ahead of time. That is the biggest reason why we don't reach our goals. We stop too soon. When one little thing happens, we're like, that's it, not going to happen. I missed going to the gym today, forget it, I'm never going to happen. I ate that bowl of ice cream, forget it, I'm never going to lose the weight. The little setbacks aren't important. They're going to get you that much closer to your goal. Don't stop reaching towards your goal. So here are the things I'm telling you need to do to reach your goals. Number one, break it into small steps and celebrate the successes of those small steps. Number three, have a very well thought out plan of how you're going to get there. And number three, don't stop short of your goal. Don't stop short. Accept that maybe you had a setback, brush yourself off, and start right back in. This is what I work with my clients on in my coaching practice, right? I have mini courses that are self-study, and I also have one-on-one where I work with women who need help figuring out what their goal is, setting those steps, and then achieving that goal. So if you want more information about working with me, you can go to my website, allison-jacobson.com, hit the coaching button, and you can learn more about working with me. Have a great day.